Welcome to this episode of SMITTY'S Eyes Open, Artist INSPOS podcast, where we inspire and admire, motivate to elevate, and shine by design. On today's episode, entitled Faith Forward, we have a very special guest for you. She attended our annual art fundraiser, the first one on the first day back in October of 2024. She was one of our artists. She's also a paralegal. She attended Clark Atlanta University. And without further ado, I introduce you to IMANI JOLICOEUR.
JOLICOEUR. Thank you for having me. Thank you so much for having me.
We made it.
We did.
You are finally here.
I'm on the couch.
And y'all, do you see this outfit? Girl, step up and show the people for the outfit.
You want me to do a
yes.
turn around?
Yes. We gotta have our guests shine, y'all. Isn't that a cute blazer? Look at her.
You hyping me up. She hyping me up, y'all.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So we usually start off with the inspiration word. You told our producers faith.
Yes.
How does faith inspire you and impact your life?
It impacts my life in a number of ways, but the main reason is my name is Imani, and in Swahili it means faith. Yes. So if anybody celebrates Kwanzaa, I've never celebrated Kwanzaa, but if anybody celebrates Kwanzaa, yep. I believe it's the 7th day.
Yep.
And it's faith in our people, faith in our community, faith in everything that we do. So my name means faith, Imani.
I love it.
Yes.
Wow.
And my parents have instilled in me, I'm a church-going girl. I believe in God wholeheartedly, like He is the head of my life. I have faith that He will bring me through any situation that I'm going through. So, faith is the substance of things that we don't see, that we just believe
there
in.
There you go.
So that's something that I stand on strong.
And thank you. So you've also been raised up in the church, or
yes.
Any of your family members, deacons, ministers?
My dad is a deacon.
Your dad? My grandfather was a deacon. It just put on my heart to ask you that.
Yeah, he's a deacon. Something else though, but my dad he's a church-going man filled with faith. So yeah, I'm not a PK. I'm a DK.
A deacon's kid. Yeah, okay.
We the farm ones.
So, would you say, as far as people who inspired you, your dad would be one? Anyone? Yeah. Oh, would you say that? Oh, Lord, daddy. Women, daddy.
I love my daddy, but he do not inspire.
Oh, wait, it wasn't you, daddy. Sorry. Who inspires you? Anybody?
Well, listen, I love my father. I'm not going to take away from anything. I get a lot of my grit and my keep on going from my father, because he is Haitian. He's first generation here in America. So if anybody know about Haitian and the culture, we are some resilient people. We do not back down. Someone who inspired me, I'm actually, so you mentioned that I'm a paralegal, and I've always been inspired by activists in the civil rights, mainly women. So Sojourner Truth,
nice.
Mary McLeod Bethune, people like those who are just resilient women that keep going in spite of, that have faith in their passions. Like, those are people who inspire me. I also recently was inspired by Annie Lee. She's from Glenwood, Illinois.
Annie Lee.
She's a famous artist. She's from Glenwood, Illinois, and the reason why she inspired me is because I realized that you don't have to promote being from somewhere big to be big. I say I'm from, and Linwood and Glenwood literally sister cities. So when I found out that Annie Lee was from Glenwood, I was like, wow. She made her name from where she was, and she stayed in Glenwood all her life. She didn't never relocate to Chicago. Wow. She stayed in Glenwood. So that's one person who has recently inspired me to keep going.
Did you meet her?
No, I never got a chance to meet her, but my grandma was a fan. My grandma has a lot of her like statue paintings. I don't know what you call those, but she had a lot of the Monday's Blues.
I feel like I heard of Annie Lee. Did she?
Oh,
do
you
the-
know,
she
you
do
know.
the postcards.
Yeah,
With
Emily
the
Lee
women
is everywhere.
Because another guest.
Salon.
Yeah, yes.
She
was
got
on
Monday's
here.
Blues, the lady sitting on the bed.
I love her art
yes,
too.
Yes, so she's from Glenwood, Illinois.
It'd be nice if you could meet her.
Yes, yeah, it would be. It really would
we
be.
gonna manifest that.
Yes, we will.
So, growing up as a young child, did you grow up in Linwood?
I did grow up in Linwood. Pieces
Okay.
of my life. I have been back and forth from Chicago to Linwood, but mainly Linwood. Yes, that's where I'm from.
When did you start your artistry?
When did I start my artistry? I'm gonna go back to the inspired question because this will answer the when.
We go there.
But I forgot to mention my older cousin. His name is Eric Ricky Canada. He is a sketch artist here in Chicago. Well, in the south suburbs of Illinois, and he is phenomenal. He's been sketching since I was a little girl, and he's 10 years older than me, so he's not that old himself. But when I tell you,
bring him on the show.
I do. But his work is amazing. His work is amazing, and ever since I saw that he can create like that, I knew that I could create. The only difference between me is I do love sketch, but I always loved color as a little girl. Like I love color.
Me too, girl.
I love painting. When it was art class, I would always be like super serious about my artwork, and to the point where I was the art projects that we did in school, I was able to have them put into competitions. Like the school elected me to be in those type of competitions.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
and put my art in like. One time I was in the Munster, Indiana. They have an art museum over there in Munster. Yeah,
Okay,
it's real.
check it out.
Yeah, it's real low key. But I was I won an award there. I think I was like
Congratulations.
2nd grade. Yeah, so that's my beginning, and like it did fall off in high school and middle school because you know. It was art always been a passion of mine, but I started doing my hair, started doing my makeup, so it kind of fell off. But I picked it back up in college when I found myself like by myself. I wasn't in a lot of friend groups anymore. I just started painting, and it was one of the greatest release. I did not think that it would take me to an entrepreneurial aspect, but art has led me into some paths and some directions, and to meet new people that I never thought I would be in contact with. So it's a gift from God, I would say that.
I would agree. And you mentioned it's a release. My cousin was here earlier. She has a sketch, like etching glass company. And she also mentioned that when she started her company, that's the main time where when she was doing her designs as well, that's the main time where she was able to pause, reflect, and have quiet time. Do you find yourself also doing that when you're doing a new piece of artwork?
Yeah, absolutely. The more I paint, the more I realize that it is something that I'm able to pour back into myself in a way that is like that. It doesn't cost. It doesn't take anything away from me. I can just pick up a paintbrush and do it. It's something that's free to me that I can do whenever. And when I was in therapy, I was in therapy at one point in time, and my therapist used to always tell me, do something that makes you happy. And painting just does that for me.
I was just about to tell you, I used to counsel people, and I'm in therapy now. They say most of us will end up in therapy, but
yeah.
But what I wanted to do with your interview is a little something different. Kind of want to take our viewers and our listeners on a journey through your artwork. Okay, is that fun?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Let's do it.
So we're gonna start with this piece right here. I want you to describe it. I want you to tell us about, for each one, the moment in your life where you created this piece.
Okay.
Where was your mood set? The name of it? Any inspiration?
Any inspiration in the mood set? I'm gonna tell you this. When I paint, I love to paint people of color in color. That's one of my favorite things to do. Whether it's black women, black men, our faces. I started off as a portrait artist, so I'm really good with faces.
Are you serious? You
Yeah,
got that talent too? Why you tell me that?
I'm just self-taught.
I love that.
But
Yes.
people started asking me to do commission painting, so I started doing more portraits. So it kind of like, not forced on me, but I kind of learned how to do portraits just to make side money as a hustle. But this is one of my newest paintings. It's already damaged in the middle, but you know, art is art.
I love it. I didn't even notice that you said it.
Thank you. I wanted to do some work with taping, so that's where these lines come in the background. And I wanted to experiment with painting in layers. So I guess only someone who paints will understand what I'm about to explain. But in this painting, it started off with this blue.
That's how my brother painted.
Then I did
in stages.
And it was a stage process. So before all of this was on the canvas, it was just a blue canvas, and then I taped it. I added different colors, and the face behind this is an incomplete painting too, by the way. But the face behind this, I wanted to create a man who is very obscure and he's dripping. Because that's what black people are. We cool like that. Like, you don't have to know who we are. We just cool like that. So
that's swag.
That's swag, dripping. So he's obscure. He's in color. He's hidden, but he still flies. So that's the inspiration for this piece. And I created it in a time, literally, this is still one of my newest pieces.
Okay.
Was catching a lot of momentum from the Spectacular Black Girl Art Show that I did in September. And then I did your fundraiser event. I wanted to create something fun and
I love it.
And just big. I love creating big pieces. So the fact that this is the size that it is, I love when my paintings are on huge pieces so it can be seen.
I love it too. Yep.
Yeah.
This is beautiful.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I love how he looks like his face is suspended in the air. Like he's floating.
Yeah, it's a floating face for sure.
That is really nice.
Thank you. And I actually created a I'm working on a series with just this face and the background that it is, because I had fun creating this piece. And I explained to you that I did a fundraiser last week. I replicated this exact same one. He just doesn't have the drips in him. So it was just the face. And like I said, creating black people in color and just making us vibrant and allowing us to be seen in the art world with our features and our lips and our noses. It's just something that I really do love doing in my work.
I love your style. It's unique.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. What's the name of this piece, and what's the purchase, or do you want to say the purchase price? You don't have to.
This piece is not complete.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see all of the imperfections. But this, I'm still working on this piece. Like, it's still in its working stages. I just thought I'd bring it here because I wanted it to be showcased in its stages of.
I love that, the rawness of it. Yes.
The rawness of it. Yes. So maybe you'll see it if I do the Spectacular Black Girl Art Show again. Maybe it'll be featured.
It's definitely
and possibly have some prints made of it, but it's still in its stages. This is not the finished product.
Okay.
So it's not for sale yet.
Got you. No name yet?
I thought of a name, but I don't know. I'm not gonna say the name.
Got you. Okay.
I'm kind of nervous to put it out because I'm like,
That's what the other artists say. It's okay.
Yeah.
Y'all remind me of Erica. Shout out Erica Badu.
I'm so sensitive. So
I love it.
Yes, but this is one of my creations.
This is beautiful. Please send the finished
Thank
piece.
you. I definitely
will.
I definitely will.
Okay, let's go to the next piece. Maybe you can put it on the couch with you.
Yes, I think I could put it in front of here if that works.
Okay.
And the reflection from the camera is probably gonna give it a little side.
That's a good shot.
Thank you. This one is Blue Cheese. This is one of my oldest pieces that I have to date. I started it in 2020 during the pandemic, and I actually finished it. I started in 2021 during the pandemic, and I finished it 2023. And this piece, in a number of ways, is my favorite, and I haven't sold it. I haven't even sold prints of it. The name of it is Blue Cheese. I think I said that. That's my favorite dressing, which is blue cheese. I love it on everything. But something that's so powerful about this painting and how it helped me is during the pandemic I was super depressed. I think everybody was.
Girl.
Life just changed drastically for me. I had
Yes.
to finish college from home, and I was down in Atlanta, so coming back to Linwood, Illinois was not it. It was just a lot of trying times, and the piece was not completed in my room, but the smile and ASAP's face was always there. So it kind of like, in a way, kept my head up, just looking at what I could do.
That's what I was thinking.
And it was incomplete too, but it still looked good. I'm like, if God gave me the ability to do this, then it's a reason he got me here. It's a purpose for me. So this spoke to me in times where I was at my lowest and I didn't know that he was going to do all of this 4 years later.
Trusted the process.
I trusted the process. I had faith. Even when it wasn't complete, I still had faith that I was going to go somewhere with the art stuff.
And you are. Look at you.
I am, yes.
I love this piece too. It
Thank
speaks
you.
to me too on so many levels about that time of your life.
Thank you. It was like a keep your head up piece. The
Girl.
fact that he even doing this, keep your
Yeah.
mental space together, get it like you got this. Just the smile in general was like everything.
It's right. And when you hear the word blue, people think of that as sad or down, but you took it and you made it uplifting.
Yes,
and powerful.
And then put a cool name with it.
Yes.
But I love that because he is blue, and like
Yes.
that, the color blue, it has a lot of meaning.
And he cheesing. That's why I looked at it
smiling.
too.
Like we down right now, but we gonna get through this. So this painting has always spoke that amount of inspiration and just hope for me. Like I feel like it was given by God for me to create this. So
And that's why I stand with you so
yes,
long.
it has. I'm so happy I haven't given away because this actually has been people have asked and inquired about this the most, and I'm actually happy that I kept it because this is one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel it. I feel
this
it.
is one of them.
I was going to ask you, how much does this one go for?
Oh, I don't have a price on it.
Because you ain't ready.
I'm not ready.
This your rider, right?
Right. It might
The
take
guy in
me
the back
places.
might like this. Yeah, I'm thinking.
We could show him some art.
Okay.
We could show him some
It's
art for
very
sure.
nice.
Yes.
Okay, let's go with the third one.
Okay, I'm gonna grab it for you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
You want to swap them out?
Yes, and I don't know why, but the theme for this podcast, I guess I bought a lot of painting with men, but I promise I make women paintings too. I do women very well. I'm gonna just say that. You saw my girls that I bought to the fundraiser.
You want me to put it over here?
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Did you sell those pieces that were at the fundraiser?
Actually, no, I didn't.
You
I did. So what I do a lot of times to just showcase my artwork, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Chicago Artists Coalition.
I think I might have heard of it, but not really.
They have a lot of like artist calls on there, so like the Harold Washington Library and stuff like that. I submit my pieces to be showcased at libraries
that's so
and stuff.
nice.
So I'm waiting to hear back. But
so
we gonna
dope.
see. They have like a lot of exhibitions that you can enter your artwork in, and so
Wishing you the best with that, girl.
thank you. But for now, those 3 girls are hanging up in my sister's room.
Okay.
She don't wanna. I'm fine with it.
Your sister out of town?
The one in Jackson. Yes.
Okay, that's so sweet. That's
So
a piece of you with her. Yeah.
So she could. Yeah, she loved my artwork too. That's one of my biggest fans.
So
That's one of my
nice.
biggest fans. Like I said, I did not mean to bring all male paintings. I do have women paintings. But this one is called Blue Black. I guess it's a theme too because all of the paintings are blue.
I love the blues. So it's
Yeah.
different shades.
Yeah, this is a one that I wanted to like. I wanted to showcase how deep our skin color is. And you know how people make fun, be like, dang, he blue black. But blue black is beautiful. Right?
It is. Mm-hmm.
So, and I represented how beautiful it is and how vibrant it is. My favorite color is not blue at all, but I like painting in blue. I do like painting in blue. So, when I created this, I was initially going to have a barbershop collection and just do paintings of like barbershop themes, and I got a lot of inspiration from my Pinterest board, just drawing what I saw on Pinterest. And this one in particular was a guy getting his hair cut from the back. And like I said, real obscure, like you can't see his face, but you know he got waves, you know his skin is, he getting a haircut with his shirt off clearly. But like, it just represents the black men, the culture that they hold. They love their hair just like we love our hair. Hair in the black community is so important. So yeah, this was me introducing the vibrant colors that I use in my paintings onto a sort of theme. And I created this back in 2022. Yeah, I created this in 2022. Real simple. I just wanted to.
How were you feeling when you created this piece?
I honestly felt a sense of pride because I'm very passionate about Black history. I'm passionate about being a Black woman. So just to create, like I said, people of color in color, and doing this, making him blue black, turning something that's a term of what do you call it? A term of that is not to be endearing. I believe that's the right word. Or a term that is supposed to discourage us or make us lose pride in who we are. I wanted to make it a term of endearment and show how beautiful it is through my piece. So that's where blue black came from.
I love it. And then you also have a demonstration of a man taking pride in himself and his appearance. That's the beauty of it.
Yes.
Wow.
So these was the 3 that I bought. I appreciate you for letting me showcase my work.
Girl, anytime. You know I love art. And you're going to bless so many people.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Is this one for sale?
Yes. Honestly, it's for sale.
You always said the average price.
I don't know the price, honestly. I haven't set a price, but it is for sale. I'm willing to get rid of this. I've been wanting to get rid of this for a while. I just have not had a place to showcase it at. So
you take it to some of the barbershops?
I have not. But I did offer. I offered one of my cousins who is a barber, but he didn't have the space for it. So.
Or cigar shops.
Cigar shops. I need to do more marketing. I'm not really good at marketing.
You're busy though, right? But you're also a paralegal,
yes,
right?
I'm a paralegal.
Okay.
I'm passionate about public service, so I work for the government. And you know the times that we living in as Black people, and how the government is taking care of us, unfortunately, is little to none.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure. I've always, like I said, been passionate about civil rights. I've always knew that I would go the route of advocating for Black people. Or just my community in general, whether it be women, children, people of color, migrants, because I do have a migrant background. My grandma was my grandma was an immigrant. She migrated. She came over from Haiti back in the 60s. So I have a soft spot for what the migrants are going through right now.
Hits home.
It hits home. Even when I see those ladies on the corner downtown with their little kids, that does something to me, because my grandma came to this country with 6 kids, and she made it work. She made it happen, and God rest her soul. But that was a woman.
Wow.
They call her, on my Haitian side, she's the Harriet Tubman of the family, because she was the first one to come to America, and she brought literally all her siblings, their kids. They was able to come by way of her.
Wow.
Yes.
Like that is Harriet Tubman.
Yeah.
What did she do for a living when she got to the States?
My Haitian grandmother, she just cleaned. She cleaned houses. She cleaned hospitals. I looked at one of her pay stubs. It was in her Bible. It was to look at that pay stub and to know that she fed 5 kids off of it, 6 kids off of it.
Oh wow!
She was pregnant with my dad when she came over. So my dad was born here.
Okay.
He's the youngest of 7. So just to look to see how she made it work with just the money that she made, that was a testament. And that's why I really do believe that faith will take me, because her faith in God,
she was an example.
She wasn't shaking, she wasn't wavering on nothing. Her foundation was God and God alone. So I already know that was right there. That's what kept her her head right. That's what kept her going.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So you had so much inspiration poured into you that you advocate for other people in the community, which is beautiful. What words of wisdom or inspiration would you give to up and coming political science majors, politicians, or artists?
Or artists.
You do some of everything.
I do. I got my hand. I'm a drop one. Some gonna give, some gonna shake. I would love for the two to intertwine one day, in whatever way that is. Even if I become like a political artist or a cartoonist.
Yeah.
But one word or a saying that I would, or just what I would tell people who are discouraged, is to don't lose sight of what is ahead. Times get very difficult, but as long as you have something to, and not even have something, but as long as you have what you need for the next day to wake up and do what you got to do, and even if you don't have it, just continue to do it. Continue to strive for something that you don't even see right now, and that's what faith is. Like, go all in. Even if the resource isn't there, because it's been times where I don't know how I got all of these canvases, honestly. God provided. And I'm not trying to just be like, shake people down with the Jesus message. But
it's real though.
Yeah, don't worry about the resources or how you going to get there. Just go with the strength that you have. And just have faith that God going to take you where you need to go. Trouble don't last always.
That's right.
Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. So keep your head up. Don't lose sight of your goals. And that's what I have to say.
I love it.
Thank you.
Any future events that you're going to be at?
And not that I know of right now.
No.
They just pop up.
I was thinking that.
Yeah, literally nothing but God, but they just pop up. Sometimes I don't be looking for them, and they just like here. But I definitely will try to keep my social media up to date.
I gotta follow you.
I'm you can find me on the letter im.nij.art, which is I'm Naj Art. That's what I go by on Instagram. Again, that's the letters im.nij.art on Instagram. And I try to do the best I can. I'm not really a social media person. For me to be a Gen Zer, it's not.
You more old school, girl.
I'm like so I tell people I'm a geriatric Gen Z. People they be like, oh, excuse me, because I'm literally on the cusp of a millennial and a Gen Z. So, whatever, but yeah.
That's cool. Anything else you want the people to know?
No, I'm an artist. I'm here in the Chicagoland area. I really appreciate this opportunity.
You're welcome.
And I'm so grateful. So thank
you.
Thank you.
All right, viewers. Till next time.
Yes.
That was good.